ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
Once again, welcome back to the program. ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਵਾਉਣੇ ਹੈ ਗਵੈਨ ਓ ਮੈਹੋਨੀ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਚਿਲਵੈਕ ਹੋਪ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਈ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੁਣੇ ਗਏ MLA ਹਨ। ਕਿਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਸ ਫੀਲਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣ ਲਈ ਅਤੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ-ਕਿਹੜੇ ਚੈਲੰਜਸ, ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਾਈਡਿੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਲੈਟਸ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਗਵੈਨ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ। Welcome to the program.
Oh, I'm pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Gwen, a little bit about yourself. What is your background and what prompted you to jump into this political arena?
Well, I'm a little unusual compared to my colleagues in Victoria because I come from frontline work. I worked with people with disabilities as a community support worker before becoming an MLA.
Okay. And so how did it come to your mind that from absolutely different field you selected another field?
Well, it was an ongoing process, but becoming politically active occurred after the 2001 election when the Liberals took office. And they had initiated a lot of cuts during that first period.
Right.
And those cuts really hit home to me. And the sector I worked in, the fact that I was attending university at the time, it just sort of seemed that every area of my life is affected by this government.
Right.
And the final straw was when I obtained custody of my two nieces and then was suddenly thrust into the provincial court system, dealing with Ministry of Children and Family Development. Everything pointed to a change in government.
Right.
And I said to myself, once things settle down and life becomes calmer, I'm going to become politically active. I'm going to have a say in what happens in this province. And that's sort of where it started.
Okay. And it was a very interesting by-election because it was a Liberal riding and nobody had ever thought also that this result would come. So what were your expectations when you were meeting the people? Were you expecting this kind of change, or you still had some doubts that no, it's going to be a tough thing?
Well, whenever you run in an election, you always have to set a positive mindset that you're going to win, that you're out to win. But I had no idea what the outcome was going to be at the end of the day.
Okay.
And I was pleasantly surprised the evening of the by-election when I saw the numbers and realized I'd actually won the seat. It had taken years. I'd run a number of times, actually.
Okay. What do you think? What were the issues and challenges which the people were facing, and they were kind of fed up with the present system, and that's why they thought of a change?
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it. You put your finger right on it. People were really ready for a change during the by-election, and I really think across the province, people are still in that mindset right now today.
Right.
And they saw me as a figure that had been around for a while, had knocked on doors, worked hard. A hard work ethic is really important for my community. And then I knew the issues well, going door to door. I'd knocked on almost over 30,000 doors in the years that I'd been campaigning. So I knew them well, and they spoke to jobs and employment, health care, affordability. Those are the three main issues in my community and actually throughout the province.
Okay. Now, while you were going and talking to the people, of course, when the elections are there or by-elections are there, politicians can be seeing door knocking and talking to the people. But generally what happens is once they are elected, then it's difficult to get hold of them. And many times that's why probably the public perception of politicians is going down. And they have a different feeling. What is your take on this, and how do you take it into consideration that what you promised to your electorate at the time of the by-election, you are trying to do the best what you can?
Well, the key is accessibility, so that's very true, and I did hear that at the door. Why should we vote at all? It doesn't make a difference, one party from another. And I took that very seriously, and I put out a plan, and one of them was to be very accessible. And so I hired 2 staff full-time to be available, and I run what are called mobile offices.
Okay.
So the Chilliwack Hope riding is spread out.
Right.
And so I will hang out in a coffee shop for a few hours, put up a sign, put an ad in the paper, and anybody can come in and speak to me. And I've done this in Agassiz and Hope, and I'm hoping to do it in Boston Bar. I'm heading back to Hope again because there was quite a lineup of people the last time I went to Hope. So that's one area that has been hugely successful in kind of changing the way that the way that I do business opposed to the former politicians in the area.
And during the short span, did you get some time in the legislature to talk on something?
Yes, which is a different world altogether.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You have your constituency work, and then you have the life in Victoria, and
Right.
so yeah, I did my first 2-minute spiel in the legislature
Right.
about an environmental cleanup group
Okay.
that I really admire. And my first question I asked had to do with mobile parks.
Okay,
And people were paying attention in my community because I got feedback right away.
that's
Yeah.
good. You're also a critic for skills training. So what do you feel, what needs to be done which is not being done right now? And if next year when the elections are held and your government is formed, what would you focus upon?
Well, the first thing I should say is I just got back today from a tour with the advanced education critic Michelle Mangal, and we spent the last couple weeks talking to students on university campuses throughout the province. And the highlight right away, again, is affordability, rising cost of tuition, and student loan
Right.
debt. So I think it's already made very clear that we put a platform promise out to increase, to bring back student grant program so that right away it can be affordable,
Right.
right, number one. But under the skills training side, which essentially deals with apprenticeships, where I am very concerned is our completion rates in
Right.
our apprenticeship programs. This
Okay.
province is running about 34 to 37%, whereas our neighbor in Alberta has a 70% completion
Wow.
rate.
A lot of
So you got to
difference.
ask your question, the why?
Yeah.
And what can we do about it?
Yeah.
And what I've uncovered and still investigating is the fact that we don't have counselors anymore that used to help students navigate through the system.
Right.
So that's one direction that we could go.
Okay, and also elders are dejected with the system and youngsters are not coming forward. So how are you trying to involve the youth also into the political process? Because if they want change, anybody wants change, it is only going to come through the political system. But if we are dejected with the system and we are not participating, results would be disastrous, and that's probably the reason what we are seeing these days. So how are you trying to involve the youth also? And towards the end, if you could also mention a little bit about yourself, about your family, and how do you devote your time to the public also and to your family life also?
Well, that is just the question of the day, isn't it? How do you inspire the next generation? I really like the way that we handled this tour that Michelle and I undertook the last couple of weeks, because we went to the youth, to the future leaders. That's who we met with first and foremost. And of course there'll be many more visits that I'll be doing under my role as critic of skills training. But we started with the youth. We started with people enrolled in university and talking to them, and they were just thrilled that we were there,
Right.
paying attention. And number two, I really have compassion for our seniors, and in my area in particular, we have a higher than average number of seniors, but seniors tend to vote.
Right.
So their issues, you're right, their issues are at the forefront. They come out to the all candidates debates. And so they are a very dynamic force.
Right.
And that's why expanding home care is something that all parties really should be looking at.
Right.
And as for myself personally, I've been a single parent for a number of years, and it all comes down to balance and trying to figure that out. It's not easy.
It's not easy, but
It's
then
not easy at
definitely the
all.
purpose for which you came into this political arena, that's what you're trying to fulfill. Best wishes and congratulations, and a pleasure having you.
ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਭਰੋਸੇਮੰਦ ਥਾਂ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਥ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਦੀ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ 15437 ਫਰੇਜ਼ਰ ਹਾਈਵੇ ਸਰੀ ਜਾਂ 31790 ਸਾਊਥ ਫਰੇਜ਼ਰ ਵੇ ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਲਾਰਜੈਸਟ ਸਿਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਕਾਰਸ ਦੇ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਦੀਆਂ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਟਾਫ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬੈਸਟ ਕਸਟਮਰ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਦੇਵੇਗਾ। ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਵਾਲ ਦਾ ਹਰ ਜਵਾਬ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗਾ। ਬੈਡ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਔਰ ਨੋ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ, ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡ ਦੀ ਕਾਰਸ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰੋ 1866 879 8522 ਤੇ।